Time for my favorite document making, the storyboard. I'm writing a time travel series called Time Slip, and I thought I could show you how I'm making the storyboard for the first scene of the script, the first time jump. Storyboard is one of the most convenient documents to a production, in my opinion. It's literally a visual representation of what you want to film. It's not super technical, it doesn't require a certain knowledge to understand how it works, and every person in the crew can understand it because it's basically drawings. Sure, the more you understand about shot sizes and angles, the better. And the better you draw it will look more impressive, but you can really just line draw it and it's more than enough. As a director, I find it so good to have and make one. This will be your base for everything. Your shot list, your schedule, the visual effects you need to plan for the day. Of course it will be adjusted along the way, but what better way to explain your vision to your crew than basically show it to them? So let's start. I'm using my iPad because it's easier to film the screen this way, but you can use basically anything. I'm using this really easy template to separate my shots, but you can honestly just draw some rectangles to mark the edges of your frame or what you'll see on screen. So the scene is Nick and Danny crash out of a glitching vortex into the middle of modern Amsterdam. I wanted the scene to start very calm and relaxed and then everything changes, like you being dropped in the middle of a life that's already in motion. I think I want a drone shot looking over the canals from high above and lowering down to the quiet and empty street, allowing lots of time to establish location and surroundings. Then the airships in from it are charging Nick, Danny, and a lot of dust and debris. So I'll start to draw it very roughly, the street, the canals. Basically, I'm drawing the surroundings in black. It's the easiest to establish it as background in my head. Areas that goes out of the frame marks how the camera moves. Under the shot, I can write down notes like establishing wide, drone down shot, and so on. Now I'll start the air shifting movement. I'll draw it in a different color, and since I want to film it from a few different angles, I'll draw how it looks like from the front, from the profile, and everything else. When the guys burst into the screen, I'll add lots of marks for the debris, and I like to draw each character in a different color so I can distinguish between them along the way. Arrows inside the frame marks the movement of characters or objects that we see on screen. I'm drawing shots for their conversation, the moment their machine starts to glitch. Every moment that I think needs attention or it's on shot gets its own frame drawing. I personally would draw again the same shot if that angles appear again in my head in the order of the story, just so it will make sense to me. This is just the first draft. It will evolve a lot, especially once we lock down the location. But I thought I'd show you how these things start. Let me know if you want me to break down how I'm making the full scene or a bigger breakdown for the rest of the script. I'll be happy to show you my process.